What's up, everybody? It's Quinn here. So for today's story, I would like to read to y'all a story from Norse mythology called Idunns apples. So let's dive into it, okay? Let's start with the introduction. Norse mythology, rich in tales of gods, giants, and the very fabric of existence, holds a significant place in the cultural heritage of Northern Europe. Among the many deities that inhabit this world, Idunn stands out as a pivotal figure associated with youth and rejuvenation. This article explores the story of Idunn and her magical apples, which symbolize immortality, youth, and the complexities of divine interactions within the Norse pantheon. Alright, so who is Idunn? Idunn is often depicted as a beautiful goddess, embodying the essence of youth and vitality. She is the custodian of the golden apples. She is the custodian of the golden apples that grant the gods, their eternal youth. I think I read faster than I can think sometimes, so I'll try to slow down. Her character is not only vital for the sustenance of the gods' vitality, but also represents the ideal of youth and beauty and the joy of life. The significance of Idunn's apples. Idunn's apples are not mere fruits. They are imbued with magical properties that ensure the immortality of the gods. These golden apples are a symbol of the gods' connection to vitality and eternal youth. They have magical properties. The apples grant the gods the ability to stave off old age and decay. Immortality. In Norse mythology, the concept of immortality is tied to the gods' consumption of these apples, highlighting their dependence on Idunn for sustenance. Vitality. Without Idunn's apples, the gods face decline, showcasing the delicate balance of power and life in the Norse cosmos. Alright, let's scroll down. The myth of Idunn's abduction. The myth of Idunn's abduction is a tale filled with intrigue, deception, and the interplay between gods and giants. It begins with Loki, the trickster god, who plays a central role in her kidnapping. The rescue of Idunn. Oh no, wait a minute. I skipped the whole part, y'all. Hold on. Okay, so Loki's involvement. Loki, in a moment of treachery, leads Idunn into a trap set by the giant Thrazi. Thrazi's role. The giant transforms into an eagle and carries Idunn away, seeking to exploit the power of her apples for himself. The consequences of his actions. The absence of Idunn causes the gods to age rapidly, leading to chaos and disorder in Asgard. Now here we are, the rescue of Idunn. The narrative takes a turn as Loki, realizing the dire consequences of Idunn's absence, embarks on a daring journey to rescue her. His cunning and trickery are hallmark traits that are prevalent in many Norse myths. Loki's journey. He travels to the giant's realm, using his wits to navigate the dangers that lie ahead. Cunning and treachery. Loki employs this typical deceptive tactics to outsmart Thrazi and claim Idunn. Restoration. Idunn's return not only restores the gods' youth and their vigor, but also reestablishes the balance in the cosmos. So the symbols, and what they mean and how that pertains to Idunn and her apples. The golden apples of Idunn carry deep symbolic meaning, representing youth, preservation, and the eternal quest for immortality. Symbols of youth. The apples signify the fleeting nature of youth and the struggles against aging. Comparison with other mythological fruits. Similar to the apples of Hesperides in Greek mythology. Sorry if I said that wrong. I'm not familiar with that one. Idunn's apples reflect the universal theme of fruits that grant special powers. Forbidden knowledge. The quest for immortality often parallels the pursuit of forbidden knowledge, highlighting the moral complexities surrounding such desires. So Idunn in modern culture. Idunn and her magical apples have transcended ancient texts, finding their way into modern culture through various forms of media. Contemporary media. Idunn has appeared in literature, video games, and films, often symbolizing the struggle against time and the preservation of youth. Influence on storytelling. The themes of Idunn's myth resonate in modern narratives, reflecting humanity's ongoing fascination with youth and immortality. Enduring legacy. The myth of Idunn continues to inspire artists, writers, and serves as a reminder of the timeless nature of these themes. Alright, so the conclusion. Idunn and her apples hold a significant place in Norse mythology. Sorry, let me get a drink of water here. Man, reading a lot tends to dry out the goozle. Yeah, goozle is another word for neck. Sorry, y'all, I'm weird. I make up my own language. Alright, let's try this again. Idunn and her apples hold a significant place in Norse. Why is that such a hard word right now? Norse mythology, representing vital themes of youth, immortality, and the intricate dynamics of divine relationships. The story of Idunn teaches us about the delicate balance between life and death, the importance of community, and the consequences of betrayal. As we reflect on these lessons, we find their relevance in our modern world, where the quest for youth and the fear of aging continues to shape our lives and narratives. Let me see if that was... Alright, yeah, so that was Idunn and her apples. It's a pretty cool story. That was a very, very simplified, condensed version of the story. I do encourage y'all to, look it up for yourself and read the whole thing. It's a really good read. It's really interesting. I think overall what it's trying to tell us, though, is, even something as powerful as a god is still subject to the fates, still subject to fate, to time, to decay over time. Nothing is truly immortal. Everything has an expiration date, even if it's a god or anything. So we need to take the time that we do have and make use of it. We shouldn't be living our lives as if it will go on forever. We should be aware that, one day it will come to an end, but a life well lived is not a bad thing. So just try to think about that. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, inspire joy, passion, and beauty in everybody you meet. Be nice even to the people that will hate you, that will be rude to you. I know that's hard to say, it's hard to even do, but in this world today, we need love and peace and understanding. But I appreciate y'all coming by and checking out my story. I don't know what I will be reading next. If y'all have any suggestions, please let me know. I love mythology, all mythology. Norse mythology is my favorite, but I love any kind of mythology. It's all cool, even like folk tales, fairy tales. I'm gonna keep looking and trying to find the best stories for y'all, okay? But I appreciate y'all very much. You know the deal. Stay healthy, stay wealthy and wise. Peace out, y'all.